Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play. Before I really get started in here, I want to say thank you for all the support that I've been getting on the recent episodes. Genuinely super happy with the reach that they've been getting and so on. So I really appreciate that. And I haven't done this yet, but I feel like I should in this episode. So, if you've watched any of my previous episodes and you enjoyed them, or you're new to my channel, why don't you drop a follow? Because it supports me a lot and I would genuinely appreciate it. Anyways, now that that's over, we can get started with today's episode. And as you may notice, I am looking a little bit different. I've got some red stripes on my armor now, and there's a few new things behind me. So I set up this map area. It's not going to stay in this spot, but I thought it would be fun to have it right here for now. All of these maps are locked. So as you can see, there's no bridge that goes from right here onto here, but there is a bridge there. So, I made it a few days ago, and there's a few things that I've changed on here that, well, changed in the world that hasn't been changed on the map, because I thought it would be fun to just see how the world changes as we continue and progress in here. So, there are a few changes. One, there is a bridge there. Two, I changed the landscape over here just a little bit because it didn't really match all that much with the bridge that's right there, so I kind of rounded it out a little bit. I also placed some more sugar cane. It's not gonna stay there, but I think for just aesthetics wise, it's fine like that for now. And then I made another change to the villager trading hall. And here it is. This is the change. So as I was staring at the floor, as I was just kind of doing some off-camera playing on here, it just wasn't sitting right with me. So I decided I would just scrap all that yellow and I would just make it solid deep slate. And I like it so much more. I do still want to use some more fun colors like that, but I just don't think it really works well with this build. So I got rid of it all and we'll use it for something else. I also put a roof on here. The roof isn't done. I still want to do a lot more smaller details, but I just felt like it was time to add a roof. The outside, on the other hand, is still not looking all that good. As you can see, it looks a little bit sad on the outside, but you know, it is what it is. Um, and that's really all I've changed to here. I haven't done a whole lot of big changes because I wanted to keep them for episodes, but doing some more grindy stuff, such as getting more villagers and whatnot, I just didn't want to include that really in the video because I know that that's pretty boring. So, in my little grindy session, I also got something else. I got wither skulls because today I want to get a beacon. I did end up going to go get looting. It took forever. I think I was with the villager one of the new villagers that I grabbed just over here. He's just sitting right in the corner there. I was trying to get looting for probably about 45 minutes until I finally got looting. So once I got that, I then went to the nether and I did some grinding work in the fortress. The first fortress, which I did show in a video, I'm pretty sure was not getting good spawn rates for wither skeletons. So I decided to move over to the fortress that was right beside that one, and I got my first skull within 5 minutes of being there, and then got the second and the third one almost about 15 minutes after that. So thankfully the nether trip was short and I got all I needed really quickly. So our plan is first we get a beacon and then we set that up. I've been doing a bunch of trading with the villagers over there to get a bunch of emeralds. I think I should have enough to do a full beacon now. I might be a little bit short, but that's okay. And then Once we get the beacon, we can set it up and we can work on the second, yeah, we'll call it the second little build over there. Uh, I started just kind of laying out a base for it. I'll move over a little bit so you can see it a little bit clearer. It's just right there. I didn't want to go too crazy because I know I wanted to do a time lapse for it in the episode, but I didn't want to completely freehand it for the episode. So I did lay down a base. I don't have a complete idea of what I wanted to do. I really was mulling it over for ever and ever, trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to build. But I could not think of a single thing that I was happy with. And when I went into the creative world to try and build stuff out, every time I would come up with something, I would end up hating it. So instead, I decided I would just kind of go with a base idea, figure it out, and then I could add more to it later. Because I think that that is a much better way of just getting it done than it is with thinking for it for weeks on end and then never being happy with it. I know as soon as I build something, I'll think of good ideas to add to it anyways. So that's what we'll do. But first, we need to get that wither. So here I am. I'm in one of my strip mines. Just right over here. I have my bed set up right over by that crafting table, way over there. I wanted to do one of these ones just because they were longer, so I didn't have to worry about, as you can see, kind of over there, the skulk, and then the end city. That's ancient city? The city where all the wardens spawn. There is one over there, and I was originally gonna do it over there, but I didn't want to risk any wardens spawning. So, but we will go in there another day. We'll be making a video out of it. But yeah, so I just picked over here so that it would be a little bit easier for me. And in all honesty, I am more terrified right now than I was when I went to the Bastion for the first time, because I have never actually fought a wither, both alone and with other people. I did briefly help one of my friends with it once, like 3 years ago, and I was only there for a few moments before I died and then never went back. So, in all honesty, I am terrified. My heart is racing, and I think I will die, and I don't want to lose all my stuff, but if I do, it's fine. I have stuff to get it all back. My trims, I did keep one extra, that's why I don't have one on my helmet, because I didn't have enough diamonds on me at the time to duplicate it again, and also, I knew I would need an extra, so yeah. So if I do die, it's not the end of the world. I can just spend some more time grinding to get all my enchants back. But I also realized that I should have probably brought an extra sword or something and then just set it in the chests over by where my bed is, in case I did die. But that's okay. We can live without it, and if I do die, I can just quickly run back upstairs, and then I should be out of range that it won't really target anything. There is nothing down here for it to target anyways. But yeah, my heart is racing. I'm terrified. I'm also almost certain that the first steps are, first one is sword, or maybe it's bow. Wait, I'm gonna quickly Google this. Okay, so I figured it out, and it is actually bow first, though I can use sword. But I am definitely gonna use my bow for the first bit, and then once it's down at half health, then you use sword. So, it's probably best to just start this now. Oh, I'm terrified. Oh, good God. I can do this. Oh, I don't want to get too far. Oh, where did it go? Oh, why is it up there? Okay. We're doing pretty good. Okay. Okay, it's at half. Oh. Oh, good God. Oh, this is actually going better than I thought it would. Oh my goodness. We did it. And I got my star. Okay. That was a lot easier. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Okay. And we got some more deep slate. I'll take that. I genuinely thought it would be a lot harder, but maybe my equipment was just better than I thought it was. Okay. Alright then. I'll just collect all this, and then we'll go back up and make a beacon. Okay, so we have our beacon. It's obviously not doing anything yet. And before you tell me, oh, it's in an awful spot, it won't be staying here, don't worry. I will move it to some better spot at some point, but because we're mainly working in this general area at the moment, I thought I would just place it here. Again, I said this in my last episode, but I'm gonna say it again. This portal will not be staying here. It's just here for now until I get a better spot. So don't worry about the beacon being basically in its way. And I will put a better and I will move the enchanting table. It's gonna go into the new building we put over there. So again, don't worry about that. Uh, this is just a temporary spot, but let's get some stuff. Okay, so we've got both speed and regen, so now that's gonna go a lot better. The regen isn't super needed, but it'll definitely be useful. So we can live with that for now. Like I said, I will definitely be getting more beacons, so don't worry. This is just kind of what we're using for the moment. Just some speed and regen. And I forgot that I had this prepared, but when I was just recording, not recording, when I was just on my own, I was doing a bit of mining down in those mines that I had showed you. And I collected some diamonds, not too many, 24, and I wanted to leave them so we could see how much I get on the actual video. Because I think all the other times that I did my mining, I didn't actually see how much diamonds I got in the video itself. I just kind of came back up and said, this is how many I got. So I left all these ones in ore, and we'll see how much I get. Just a pretty small tower, not too much. This is what I got in about an hour or so of mining. Unfortunately, I believe it was 24 diamonds, so 24 diamond ore. So we'll see how much we can get actually doing it with our fortune pick, our fortune 3. We got just under a stack. Just under. Well, 53 gives us enough that we can go duplicate our template and then we can finish off my outfit. So let's go do that. Oh, looking good. It'll definitely look better once I get that netherite, but I mean we'll have to get the netherite template first. But in the meantime, the red really matches. Originally, I was actually going to do iron, but then I thought, no, red will definitely match the skin better. So I did red, and I'm glad I did. It looks really good. Let's see what it looks like when I'm actually standing in a bright spot. Yeah, that's good. That matches. Now that we've got that out of the way, we can go and move on to building our second building over here, which will house my enchanting setup. So I guess I'll grab what I need and then we can move on to working on that. Alright, so I have it finished, and here's what it looks like. It's a small little build. I didn't want it to be too big, too crazy. So here's just what it looks like. I'll probably add some smaller details as well over time. Or maybe I will just leave it like this, but here's what it looks like. I was originally just going to do the calcite here, and then I thought, that looks really plain and boring. So then I went and gathered some wool, and I saw that that looked pretty good, but it wasn't too different. Like, I wanted like a little pop of color. So as I was rifling through my chests, I saw that I had birch logs. So I decided I'd try birch logs, and I kind of like it. I think it looks pretty good. And then I went a little bit crazy with the gradients. So I just kind of did this. Did I do that all the way around? I did not. Let's just quickly just finish that up. There we go. So I just kind of did a bit of gradients. I have a gradient on the roof as well. I can't do it in all the spots because there are slabs and you can't make basalt into slabs. So it just kind of goes along here, just here, and then skips one, and then it's on there as well. But it's a little bit of something. And we've got some flowers for a little bit more pop of a color. And then the inside, I wanted it to feel a little bit cramped, but not too cramped. Like, I just want it to be a bit of open space. So we have our books on this side with our enchanting table. I don't really need to use my enchanting table too much, so I went just more with like an aesthetic look than an actual useful kind of thing. And then here I have some lapis in here, and then my grindstone, a crafting table in the corner, and then just some empty barrels just for aesthetics, some counters, again for aesthetics. But yeah, so that is the inside. The top little bit definitely is a little plain, so I kind of want to add something there, but I can't think of what, so I'll add it some other time. I feel like adding a little bit of green, like copper, would be nice into this, but I don't really know what, or where I should say, so that's fine for now. And then I just added some lamp posts along the little pathway street here, just to keep it a little bit more bright. So that is our second build added to our little town here. So let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's looking nice. Definitely adding a little bit more life into here. The farm won't be staying here. That will be moving to a different spot. But for now, it'll stay there until I get some more build going on. I will add a build onto this side as well. But for now, this one's good here. Something I do want to add is I want to make this place definitely be more not just useful, but I want to focus on a lot of aesthetics too. And since we're kind of going with like a little town or village vibe, I think it would be fun to just build a lot of houses or apartment buildings and then just kind of have those. And they don't really need to have anything in them, but just kind of look pretty. Um, but that one's all done now, so that is all good. And we're just gonna ignore that I finished the interior on that build, but we very much have not finished the interior on this one. Oh, and since we're in here, in case you're wondering where the villager has gone, he's no longer in here. When I was working on my villagers for the trading hall, I ended up getting a mending villager over there that was a few emeralds cheaper, so I um, disposed of the villager in here. So that is where he is. But I think we should get some smaller stuff done, such as building a spot for my horses here, because I've been eating my golden carrots since I have them, and every time I walk by in here, they go crazy. So I definitely think that they need a spot, and I'm not sure where yet. Maybe right about here, and then I can put a pathway along here, and maybe we'll just kind of spruce up this whole front area. Okay, so there it is. Just pretty simple, you know, just added a little bit of greenery and a little bit of smaller detail to it. I think it looks pretty good. And then I just added a bit more greenery to the path here because I want this place to be super naturey. I just think that fits my vibe pretty well, and it's a theme that I absolutely love building. So I just bone mealed over here and then added some flowers that I already had, such as the tulips here. And I mean, I'll continue it more this way as well, but I mean, I only have one grass block here, so I'll wait for that to spread a little bit and then continue it off here as well. But yeah, so that's that. Get a little bit of a further look at it and looking pretty good. And I think once I have the pond here all done and pretty as well, this area will definitely be beautiful. But I will need a lot more stuff here. I'm gonna need some sea pickles. I want to get some coral here as well, some kelp, which I think that I do have, but you know, want to get some moss as well, just something that I don't have and spent a while trying to find and could not find, so I'll need to go on a hunt for that. And then yeah, I'd definitely add some more organics, like some trees and stuff, make some more bushes and stuff like that. I'm gonna continue off the farms, making them look kind of natural, like in the village as well. I want this to be a very aesthetically pleasing village, or at least as much as I can get it and with my own building skills. But I want to walk in here and just feel the vibes that it gives off. I mean, don't really get good vibes or aesthetically pleasing vibes from walking down it just like this, because I mean, there's a giant gap right here. So we're definitely gonna have to add another building here. And it doesn't really continue off much because there's nothing right there. It's just a mountain. And behind here, again, just a mountain. But if you look at it from certain angles, you really do get that vibe. And when you look at it from here, you really do feel it. It's definitely growing on me, and I think this is a project that I'm genuinely really going to enjoy. This series is something where I want to expand my knowledge on building and really kind of get out of my comfort zone, both with building and with machines that I've built, because we know that I have my pumpkin and melon farm just underneath the hill here, which is something I had never built before. And I mean, I have done trading halls before, but I'd never really made a hall. It's more just made some villagers here and there and just tried to get the basics, but I really want to just set it up for success. And then, I mean, I have my little mud farm here, which I'm pretty sure I have said before, but I'm gonna reiterate, it is not gonna stay here. I will build another one, I will probably make automatic with redstone, but I don't know how yet, so I'm gonna have to get on that. And then I will definitely, I don't think I ever commented on this, but I did make a little lava thing here, mainly so I don't have to use so much coal for my furnaces when I'm doing bigger projects, um, where I need to smelt a lot of things. I can just grab a bucket of lava and toss it in there, but for now I'm actually just getting more lava so I can continue it off. But it's also not going to stay here. I'll probably end up making another building and then putting that in here because I really want to try and make my builds useful for this series. So, yeah. But it is definitely coming along. I also want to add not just organics for like trees and stuff, but do a lot of rocks and cliffs. And I really want to make things just look pretty. And this is definitely an exciting project for me. I'm super excited to see where it goes, especially since this is probably the episode where I've made the most building progress so far. I mean, other than when I added my main part of it here as well as the tree, this is definitely the most progressive episode that I've had, considering we went and killed the wither, got a beacon, and then added up some more builds. So, yeah, I think this is where I'm actually going to end it off for today, and I'll continue it off next episode with some more fun stuff. Maybe next episode is when we'll go do that end city, or I don't think it's called an end city, but I cannot think of what it's actually called. The thing, the Deep Dark. I'm I'm pretty sure it's called the Deep Dark. But I feel like there was a name, Ancient City. I think it was Ancient City. We'll go defeat that and see what goodies we can get from there. Um, and maybe we'll move this portal here, make it look all nice and add it in. It'll stay in this general area, but I'll definitely make it in a better spot and make it look significantly prettier and probably bigger as well, because when I build my portals, I like to make them big for fun. And we'll see what the world brings. So that's what we're gonna call it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys again next time. And I know I said this at the start of the video, but I'm gonna say it again. If you did enjoy and you want to see more of my content, you can subscribe if you want to. Definitely appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye!